To impact a lot of people's lives and is continuing to make a great impact. So if you have any of your guests who are yet to join, kindly inform them to join in as I start off. Allow me to share my screen so that you can get started. Yes, so just a minute. Okay. Just want to move this kidogo. Okay. So maybe if you're a guest and you're joining in for the first time, you can get to share where you're joining in from. Yes, personally, I'm in Nairobi as I get to present the business that has been able to impact my life and has impacted many people's lives. So for the guests, what I can request is that you keep an open mind to be able to understand the plan that I'm going to share so that you can make an informed decision on whether you feel it's your cup of coffee and you'd wish to embrace it or otherwise. So the plan is basically from a company called the Aloe Vera Company. It's well known as Forever Living Products. Possibly as a guest, you've heard about it. And if not, no worries. I'll be sharing more so that you can get to understand what the company is all about. So the statement that you can see down below is one of the statements that really intrigued me when I was starting off my business, because I was coming from the background where I thought, I need to have experience, I need to have my CV really, really thick to be able to find something that is well paying to be able to achieve my dreams. And in meeting this opportunity, I came to learn that as long as I have a dream, there's a plan that can be presented to me and I can get to embrace the plan and get to achieve the goals and the dreams that I have. So even for you as a guest who is listening here, as long as you have that vision of where you'd want to be, it can be 2 to 5 years from now, it can even be short term, 3, 6 months from now, 9 months down the line, you have a plan that as long as you're open-minded, you can get to embrace and you can get to achieve the goals that you have. Okay. So my name is Mercy. Before I got started in the venture, I was a student doing environmental science. This is a course that I really used to love and I still love. It's in line with my passions. Currently, I'm practicing as a full-time professional network marketer and the CEO and founder of an amazing organization called the Achievers Dynasty. This is basically a group of people who've embraced this plan to get to take those big goals that one can have. And personally, I love coaching open-minded prospects on an efficient way. One can get to diversify on income, at least without interfering with any current commitments one may have. So just to share brief about my story, how I came across the plan. I came to know the business through an event I was invited for. In network marketing, we usually say events are a big deal. They make money. And through events, you're able to see the bigger picture of a business or any other plan. So I remember this specific day, my upline, the lady that you can see right there with me, had called me and told me that, she actually asked me, would you be open to getting to go to an event where you can know how to travel? And travels, honestly, was not something that was top of my mind. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt because she was my friend. Being friends with somebody since childhood, there's that level of trust that you have built. So I just decided to tag along and go. And that is where I got to know about the business in a bigger light. That is where I got to see the bigger picture of the business, and that inspired me to take action to partner with the company. So what stood out for me on the ground is the lifestyle that I got to see. I remember that first event, seeing a limousine on the ground. Limos was something that I was used to seeing in movies, celebrities, they get to associate with such, yeah. So getting to see that, this is a business that has that level of luxury, it was really intriguing. But most importantly, besides the lifestyle that I got to see, what prompted me to get started in business was my financial state at that time. I remember that what was top of my mind at that period was having my own money to do my own things, because there is usually a limit to how much money you can borrow or you can depend on from somebody. Yeah. And even when you're given that money, there is that accountability that you always have to have on how you're spending that money. So having my own money was really, really important to do my own personal things. Also being that I'm the firstborn in the family I come from. Maybe Techno, kindly don't draw my screen, Techno Camo. Yes, so it reaches a point where you need to have your own money, like I've mentioned, yeah, and especially if you have other siblings who are looking up to your parents for needs here and there, you need to be independent being a firstborn. So my upline story was great motivation for me to get started in business. And the reason why it was really great motivation was the fact that at that time, she was in second year and she was earning pretty much a good amount of income. I remember that time, this 1 month she had earned 30 something thousand. And that was really exciting to me. The reason why it was exciting is because I was coming from the mindset where I thought that, you need to finish to be able to get a well-paying career or job or anything. You need to finish your degree, maybe you do masters, you do PhD to be able to get that. And I think that was facilitated by how I was brought up. Yeah, that it was only books, 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 which could allow you to get something that is well paying. But coming to know this opportunity, it challenged my mindset, and I got to see that, you know what, I can start off with what I have, even with no experience. As long as I'm willing and open-minded, I can get to build something of my own. So even for you as a guest, you don't have to be worried about mambo kama na kukuwa na CV experience, not at all. As long as you're open-minded, this plan is for you. So I started off the business part-time and I transitioned full-time because of the benefits of part-time. So it was like, if I'm doing the business part-time and I'm able to enjoy all this, yeah, especially in terms of finances, how about I go full-time? So since 2019, it's been full-time for me. And I remember one of the major events that really propelled me to fully commit to my business was an East African event we were attending. It was in Kigali, Rwanda. We've had a recent Rwanda this year, early this year, but the Rwanda I'm talking of is the 2018 one, end of 2018. I remember my first time boarding the plane. As you can see on that selfie, it was really exciting. But most importantly, getting to the event and getting to interact with people who have been able to level up courtesy these opportunities. It was something that was really, really big for me. Yeah. So I decided to run with it. Yeah. So as I continue on, that's just a brief on my story. Now to you as a guest, anytime you consider venturing into a plan, there's those goals and dreams you have that you want to achieve. Maybe it's owning your own home, maybe it's having, buying your luxurious car. It could be cash flow, it could be charity, helping others, yeah, charity work, that is. Also helping others achieve their goals, maybe the satisfaction that comes from helping others to achieve their goals. Traveling around the world could be one of the goals that you have. So we always have all these good goals that we want to go for. But the question is, do you have a plan that is reliable to enable you to achieve all this? And I'm sure we've come across different plans out here that, may have promised one thing or another. So in this slide, I'd want us to just discuss a few of the plans that possibly we may have come across. The first one is lottery. Yeah. A good example is the SportPesa Betika that currently is ongoing. So you find with lottery, one is promised to earn a good amount of income if you get involved in the lottery games and all that. But now the problem with the lottery is that you may find that it's not sustainable. Yes, one can get to win a lottery today, but we cannot say that that same person may win the next day and the following day and all that. Yeah. So the unsustainability of the plan makes it uncertain. You cannot really fully bet on it to achieve the goals and dreams that you have. Also, another thing is when you compare the number of people who win versus the number of people who participate in lottery, the disparity is very high. You may find out of 100,000 people, maybe one person, or maybe even that is too lenient. Maybe out of 300,000, maybe one person gets to win. So it's not as sustainable. Then when we talk of franchise is basically owning a business that has branches in different places. And for franchise, a franchise basically, it involves brands that are well known. A good example is like Java, we have Bata. These are establishments that have branches regionally across the country, and to some extent, even some franchises have branches all across the globe. So possibly the question you may be having to yourself is, how much money do I need to start a franchise? It's quite a lot of money. And maybe you may be feeling that, you know what, maybe with my capital strength now, I may not be in a position to start off a franchise. Yeah. Then there's the option of starting your own business. And many people have ventured into this, especially because of the uncertainty when it comes to employment. But still, when it comes to business, there's a lot of things to put in consideration, considering that maybe to start your own business, you need capital for rent, you need to pay electricity, you need to pay staff, you need to pay goodwill, lease, all that. So the question you may be having to yourself is, where do I even get that capital to start off a business, or rather a business that requires all those expenses all at once? And most of the time, for most businesses, you need to plow back for a period of time until the business can come up. Yeah. Statistically, they say averagely 2 to 5 years you plow back your profits until that business is well established. And maybe that time may be a bit long for you. Yeah. Then there's the option of inheritance, where you get to inherit from maybe your parents, your guardians, your relatives. But the question I'd wish to pose to you is, can you say you consider it to be a wise plan? Yeah. Yani tu umekaa chini unangoja tu kupata from kama ni mzazi and all that. But also the second thing is, can you say that you can be comfortable waiting? Yani you come from a very well-off background that you can be really comfortable just relaxing and waiting to inherit. You find chances are very minimal. Yeah. And also, when we talk of inheriting, there is also the chance of one inheriting a liability. Yes, one can inherit an asset, but a liability can also be inherited, which can cause money to inatoka kwa mfuko wako, yeah, to service maybe a certain liability. It could be a loan or something of that sort, yeah. And then there's the option of the job, and you find with this option, it's a good place to start, but not a good place to stay, especially because of the uncertainties with the current economy and also things that we are witnessing. For example, when COVID happened, it really showed people that, you cannot fully rely, or rather, you cannot be fully secure and just relying on one source of income, because the uncertainty of jobs ending is there. Yeah, na tuliweza kuona na COVID, some jobs which we didn't think would ever come to an end got to come to an end. I remember I have one person that I know, she had to close down her school because of mambo na COVID. So, and also when you look at, the number of graduates that we are having versus the number of jobs available, yani unapata, it's still worrying. Yeah, we have more graduates as compared to the number of jobs that are available. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the option of being a celebrity, which can bring you the fortune, fame, the money you want. But then again, when it comes to being a celebrity, you need to have the patience to build a brand for a while, yeah? And when we talk of the sifting process, ile hali ya kuchujwa before you get to break even, it's a whole other different thing. Also, when you talk of being a celebrity, it's good, but it's not that being a celebrity definitely comes with the money, because we've heard of celebrities who, yes, they are doing well, which is good, but some could be struggling, maybe because they've not yet broken even. So besides all those plans that I've been able to talk about, I'd wish to share some of the benefits of partnering with Forever Living Products. And the reason why I'd wish to share these benefits is that the benefits are more than the disadvantages. Yeah. And just to talk briefly about some of the several benefits we have. Firstly, there is no boss. So when you're coming in, you're partnering directly with the company to be able to do your business. You can decide to do the business either part-time or full-time, depending on your schedule. So there's that flexibility of working as per your own terms. Then we're talking of health and beauty, which is a multi-trillion-dollar global market. Anytime you're considering starting off a venture, you need to look at the industry which you're venturing into. Is it promised to give you business in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? And when we talk of health and wellness, it's one of the industries that continues to boom because people currently are interested in looking and feeling better. 10 years from now, it will be the same thing. As long as population inaendelea kuongezeka, the need of maintaining good health and looking good will always be there. So you're guaranteed to always be in business. And the beauty with this plan is that you can improve on your own health and wellness and help others, and in the process you make money. Then we talk of international income because the business is established in over 160 countries, and it gives you a platform to be able to build your business in several countries where the company is located, and you're able to earn in different currencies. Then again, we talk of multiple income sources, which is really important because at the end of the day, like we usually say, a table that has 4 legs, even when one leg breaks, it will still have that stability. So same thing with having multiple income sources. There is that stability you have, knowing that you're earning from this and this and this. There's that security you have. And the plan enables you to tap into the different income sources available. And then it's long-term, yeah. Long-term being that you can build your business to a point where you pass it on to your next generation, yeah? So that even when they're coming into the business, they don't have to start from scratch, yeah, because of what you've built. And then the freedom, we talk of freedom to work either part-time or full-time. Location freedom, you can build this business from whichever part you are, be it Nairobi, Nakuru, out of country. There's that flexibility. And of course, the lifestyle change that comes with having that extra income is a plus, most definitely. Martin, kindly don't draw my screen. Then when we talk of integrity, mostly it comes in where what we recommend we are using ourselves, yeah? When it comes to products, before we recommend the products, there is that using that we've used so that we can get to recommend with a lot of confidence. So to talk of the solution, on the screen, you can get to see our founder, Rex Mon, who was the CEO of Forever Living Products. He passed on, may his soul rest in peace. And his philosophy is one of the greatest sources of illness in the world is having an empty wallet. I'm sure most of us here can relate. Yani money is very important. Vile tu Zig Ziglar huwa anasema it runs up there with oxygen. So his vision was to decrease the number of people who are suffering in the world by giving them a chance to earn an honest living, because at the end of the day, as much as money is important, how you earn that money also gets to matter. It has to be legitimate, yeah? One that will give you peace, that will not give you worry how you're earning that extra income. Okay, so to move on to the next slide. So just a brief about the company. It's an international company currently established in over 160 countries worldwide. Vertical integration and debt free. When we talk of being vertically integrated, we basically mean that the company handles everything from the planting of the main crop used in the making of the product, to harvesting, to manufacturing, to shipping to the end consumer. So this allows also the quality of the product to be maintained. Yeah, it's not compromised, as well as also pricing. Pricing is usually standard, and then debt free, because when you're starting off, you don't have to part with any amount of income to be able to register to be a member of the company, not at all. Then experience with a long-standing management team. The management team collectively have had several years of experience, and we ride on the experience of those who've gone before us. So maybe if you're worried that when you're coming in, you need to have experience to get started, that is not the case. And then, like I mentioned, in around 160 countries. So this gives you the confidence to know that you're dealing with a stable company. Currently, 47 years of uninterrupted growth, that is a big deal. And that can give you confidence as a guest to get to know that truly you're partnering with a company that has stood the test of time. Then we do business in the health and wellness sector, which is a multi-trillion-dollar global market. Like I mentioned initially, with health and wellness, you help others, you'll continue helping others. Yeah, you'll be constantly in business by sharing these amazing products. Okay, so why aloe? Possibly you've had interactions with aloe. Maybe you have some aloe in your shamba and you may be wondering, so why should I use Forever Living Products aloe? It's important, especially if you're a guest, to get to know that aloe has over 300 different species, but not all are suitable for human consumption. Actually, out of the many species, we have only 4 species, which are vegetable species. And the most potent vegetable species, called the Alobabadensis miller species, is the key species used in the making of our products. That ensures that our products can be used and no side effects will come across, will one experience when using the products, because it's literally natural based from the vegetable species of aloe. So aloe has tremendous benefits for our health, both inside and outside. When you talk of inside, we're talking of supporting digestive health, promoting a healthy immunity system, supporting nutrient absorption and boosting energy levels. On the outside, we talk of aloe moisturizing, conditioning, and soothing the skin. Yeah. And when we talk of the ranges of the products we have many products. We have averagely over 150 different products. To be able to understand more about the products, you can, of course, attend our product training, or you can get the product catalog to be able to check out the different products we have. But just to mention in brief, some of the categories we have detox drinks, we have nutritional supplements, we have skincare products, personal care products. When we talk of nutritional supplements, we're talking of packages like Kids Health Pack, Joint Care Pack, we're talking of Immunity Pack, Reproductive Health Pack, Healthy Blood Pressure Pack, Healthy Sugar Levels Pack. So we have many products. And just as a disclaimer about our products are not intended to cure, they're intended to help maintain general wellness. So you can use it whether you're healthy, even when you have somebody who has a condition, they can still get to use the products to alleviate some symptoms related with specific conditions, but not to cure, because we don't deal in medicine. It's only natural based products. And the best way to recommend these products is being a user. When you use and you experience the benefits, you can definitely get to recommend the products with a lot of confidence. Okay. So what does Forever do differently? Because of course we have many health and wellness companies in the market, and it's important to understand what makes these companies stand out. We are the largest grower and manufacturer of aloe and aloe vera based products. When we talk of manufacturing in terms of aloe products, the company controls over 60% of production of the world's aloe. That is a very big deal. And then when we talk of now the harvesting bit, our aloe is hand harvested to ensure that the mature leaf is what is used in the making of the product. Hand filleting ensures that the bit of aloe that is not safe for consumption is removed and only the inner leaf gel is used. When we talk of patented stabilization process, the process of making the products is protected so that there is no copyright, yani hakuna ile unapata a clone of our products in the market, not at all. And then high quality manufacturing. We talk of quality products that are natural, naturally derived and scientifically advanced. And when you talk of scientific advancement, we have the advisory board of highly qualified professionals who carry out tests on the products to ensure that they're of high quality. And then when you talk of quality products, also the seals of approval that we have on the products gets to show that. We have the International Aloe Science Council seal. This is given to aloe products that have a high percentage of the right species of aloe safe for human consumption, and not just a small percentage, a good percentage of aloe in the product. Kosher, the kosher seal makes the products suitable for use by Jews. We have cruelty-free, our products are not tested on animals. We have halal seal, making it suitable for use by Muslims. And then most importantly, if you'd want to venture into business, we are part of the Direct Selling Association. So the Direct Selling Association, this is a body that carries out research on the companies to ensure that the companies are genuine network marketing companies. Because of course, there's those companies which have used the concept of network marketing to con people. But if you'd want to know one of the traits of a genuine company, it has to be under the Direct Selling Association. And some of the other traits of a genuine company is joining is free. Anytime you find that you're unaitishwa pesa so that you can join a company, that is a red flag, or rather pesa ya registration. Yeah. For a genuine company, you don't have to remove money for registration. The money you have, you can decide to invest your capital in maybe buying the products for your own use, or buying the products to have stock that you can get to sell to your network of people. Okay, so just a minute. So what do we do to be able to guarantee that we build successful businesses? We use the products. Using is very key. We share the products as well as the business opportunity. We build a team of forever business owners. This basically involves getting to share the plan with people who are like-minded, just like you, to be able to, for them to build their businesses and enjoy the forever benefits, and coaching others, learning and teaching others our simple system so that they can get to benefit. So why network marketing? What makes this plan different from maybe a 9 to 5 or maybe being self-employed? Mostly it's two key things: freedom to work where you are with who you want at whatever time you want, and then residual income, which I'll get to talk about. So network marketing is a proven system. You get to benefit from the experience of those who've gone before you, especially if you partner with a genuine network marketing companies such as Forever Living Products. Leverage, yeah, this is where now you work smart. You achieve more within a shorter time because you're working smart. I'll get to share more about leverage as we continue on. But courtesy leverage, you can earn 1% from the efforts of 100 people, other than having to only depend on your own efforts to be able to earn. The system is duplicable because you can show others our opportunity, and in the process, you get to build a team of like-minded people who you teach to do what you're doing. Then it's simple. Everyone can benefit from the opportunity. It involves basic everyday activities. Yeah. So it's simple in the sense that you can get to use the products. And then when it comes to recommending the products, you don't have to have a lot of scientific knowledge. You just recommend based on your experience on umetumia hii product na imekusaidia hivi hivi sasa. Then it's long term. You can work today, enjoy tomorrow, and live your dreams. Also, the concept of long term comes in because you can pass your business on to your next generation. Okay, so many who join Forever do so for discounts on their favorite products, or because they want to earn a little extra money from sharing the products they love with friends and family. So anytime you're partnering with a genuine business, there has to be a tangible product you're moving to the marketplace. Yeah, vile tu tulikuwa tunasoma business studies. Business is exchange of goods and services for money. So in our case, we have products that we move to the marketplace and we earn a profit. So talking of the profits, When you join Forever, you can receive 30% discount. That is if you become wholesale qualified. If you're starting off as a starter, we call you a preferred customer, where you can get to enjoy 5% discount and 5% profit, and you can scale up the discounts and the profits you enjoy. Now, as you grow your business, you earn deeper discounts and make greater retail profit. When you talk of assistant supervisor level, which means now that you're officially wholesale qualified, there's 30% discount and an extra 5% bonus that you qualify if you're active. That is 4CCs. At supervisor, you get to enjoy 38% discount as well as profits, the same percentage. Assistant manager, 43% discount as well as profits. Manager, 48% discount, 48% profit. Yeah. So it can get to a point where you're splitting almost half with the company. Yeah. And the reason why our profit margins are high is because we have no middlemen. When you partner with the company, you're the direct link between your end consumer and the company. All those benefits that could have gone to middlemen come to you. Maybe Hussein, you're drawing the screen. Maybe you can look out for that. So how you get started being your own best customer, products that you use, you're able to recommend with passion, and it becomes more natural when you're recommending. You're not recommending from the point of theory or begging somebody. You're just sharing your story, and in the process, somebody feels that, they'd want to experience what you experience yourself by using the products. So be your own best customer, share the products, and in the process, you're able to develop 20 to 30 people who are regular customers who can get to use your products. Yeah. And then the good thing with the products also, these are consumable, so they allow you to have repeat business. Yeah. Take an example of something like a tooth gel. Once it ends, you have somebody who can get to still order from you. Also, you can get to share the business. Possibly you have friends around you who would benefit from an extra 20,000, 30,000. You can teach them how they can get to build their own retail businesses. Yes, and now when it comes to building a team, it's just following the simple business building cycle. You have that friend who you know can benefit from this plan. Contact them, have a sit down with them to show them the plan. Let them get to join a session like this to be able for them to understand the bigger picture on the plan. And then from there, they can make an informed decision to join. Then once one has joined, you can get to do a planning session with them to get to guide them on the activities they can do to be profitable, and then they can start taking action. So all this revolves around your why. Possibly for you, it's the satisfaction of helping people around you. Possibly it's that extra money that will come by helping somebody else make money. Your why is what will keep you focused, yeah, and keep you consistent in your business. Okay. Then talking about leverage, yeah, this is where you're able to work smart. You're able to duplicate yourself to other people. So in the concept of leverage, you can get to work with 5 key people or even more, but ideally 5 key people at any one point. So what do you do with the 5 key people that you've shown the plan? You just teach them to do what you're doing. Are you using the product? Teach them how they can use the products. Are you developing customers by sharing the products? Teach your people how they can get to develop their own customers. Have you found your 5 key people? Teach your people how they can find their own key people who they are coaching for success. So say, for example, you're represented by that black circle. Maybe you're working for 10 hours in a week. That could be averagely 2 hours in 5 days, and you've partnered with different people who are working for different hours. Maybe you have one of your leaders working for 20 hours. You have another one working 5 hours, another one working 10 hours, mwingine 50 hours, another one 30 hours. You find by the time that week ends, you and your team have done business of 125 hours in 1 week. Yeah. The reason why we say you're working smart is because you're able to shrink time. If you are depending only on your effort to do business of 125 hours, that would have taken taken you 12 weeks, almost 13 weeks, considering that maybe you're working for 10 hours in a week. But by partnering with other people and showing them what you're doing, you're able to shrink that time so that you're able to achieve more within a shorter time. And the best bit is that besides being paid for your productivity, you also get awarded for the productivity of the leaders you've been able to develop in your organization. Yeah, that's why you'll find even your income is able to grow immensely within a shorter period of time. Yes, so we can continue on. So this is just a compilation of some of the leaders in my organization to get to show you as a guest that you can get to partner with the friends who are around you and you can get to build a good business. So when we talk of building a successful business, it requires you to understand the global currency that we operate in. That is the case credits. So the reason why we have a global currency is because all the countries where the company is located have different currencies of different strengths. So we have a unifying currency that will make things equal all across. So that when we say that you've done business worth 1cc in Kenya, it's similar to somebody who's done business worth 1cc in US, in South Africa, and all. So just to give you an idea, when you do business worth 1cc, that means approximately you've been able to do business of 35,000 averagely. In retail, it could be less. When you talk of profits, at assistant supervisor level and above, we're talking of a minimum of 10,000 Kenyan shillings, and it can be even more depending on the level that you are. So what would an extra 10,000 do for you? If you want maybe 100,000, that is just 10cc. You do business worth 10cc. And the best bit is that this 10cc can be, a bit of it can come from your productivity, and some of it can come from the productivity of your organization because you're tapping into the power of leverage. So there's what we call requirements, yeah, or rather the basic that you can get to do to ensure that you're building a successful business in our organization. And 4CCs is one of those basic business blocks that you can get to master to be able to build a successful business. So when we say that you're doing business worth 4CC, a couple of things contribute to this. When you use the products, when you buy products for your own use, firstly, you get to enjoy a discount from the products you're using. Secondly, there's those points that are attached to each product. So those points, what you call case credits, accumulate to qualify you for. They contribute to the 4CC that you get to do in a month. When we talk of promoting the products, sharing the products that you move to the marketplace, there's a profit you get to enjoy. Besides the profit, there's the points of those products that you get to enjoy. Yeah. Then building a team, here is where we talk of what we call PC business. By getting to show others how they can be productive and they start being productive, the productivity of your team also counts up to you, what you call working smart. So all that can contribute to you doing a 4CCs every month. But to be able to understand more on that, on the concept of 4CC, there's the planning session where you'll get to understand more about it. And then we talk of the team leading bonuses. Remember that we talked of income diversification. You don't only have to rely on profits to make money. There's the bonuses, the different categories of bonuses that we have. And in team leading bonus, you can earn up to 13, or even it can go even beyond currently with the current marketing plan by helping your team to build a retail business. And this is just one of the screenshots of some amount I got to earn, courtesy team leading bonus, to show you that you can also get to earn good money from the team leading bonus. So to be able to move on swiftly to the compensation plan, when you start off, we call you a preferred customer. Also known as the novice customer, you can get to enjoy 5% discount and 5% profit from the business you do. You can move on to be wholesale qualified, which starts off at assistant supervisor level, where you enjoy 30% discount, 30% profit. There's also other income streams that open up. Boost bonus gets to open up, and also right at this position, you're able now to open up to even doing international business, by the way. Then at supervisor level, we're talking of 38% discount, 38% profit. We're talking of you being able to earn from the PC business that you get to do. And also you tap into the team leading bonuses. 3% team leading bonuses from your organization. And how do you get to build to doing supervisor business? By getting to do 10 case credits in 1 month. You can get to do so. Very exciting. And also the best bit is that with supervisor level, you don't only have to rely on your effort alone. Also the productivity of your team can count up to you doing supervisor business. Then assistant manager, this is where you get to enjoy 43% discount, 43% profit. Team leading bonuses also get to increase. The PC bonus that you're able to earn also gets to increase. So when we talk of income potential, especially if you're building business the right way, at assistant manager, you can even get to hit 6 figures in income and even beyond, both profits and bonuses. Supervisor, same thing, you can get to do that, but averagely we're talking of 50 to 70%, 50 to 70,000, sorry, that you can earn averagely as a productive supervisor. As a productive assistant supervisor, we're talking of 40,000. It can be even more. The more productive you are, the more money you make. Yeah. So going back to assistant manager, how do you get to this position? By getting to do business worth 60 case credits in a period of 2 months. And then we talk of manager. This is where now you're able to hit the 48% discount, 48% profits. Also, PC bonus gets to increase. Team leading bonus now gets to be of a wider percentage from averagely 3 to 8%, or it can be even more. Yeah. The thing that you need to know is the higher you get to grow, the percentages also get to increase. So when you talk of manager, you can get to comfortably earn 6 figures and above, as long as you're productive and you're building your business the right way. So at manager, you can get here by doing 120 case credits over a period of 2 months or 150 case credits over a period of 4 months. The productivity of yourself as well as your organization. So it's really, really exciting. Yeah. And of course, we have other levels beyond manager. We're talking of Eagle manager, senior, soaring, sapphire manager, diamond sapphire manager, diamond manager, double diamond manager, triple, and centurion manager. Now, the levels of going senior manager and above, it's always dependent on how many people you're growing in your team to be manager, just like you. So by helping others achieve their goal, you can get to achieve the higher ranks that the business has to offer. Okay, then we talk of another income stream we call the royalty income. This is one of the income streams that you can tap into, especially if you go to manager and you have your generations of managers. You can have first generation manager whom from that organization of first generation manager, you're able to earn 6% of their retail business. That comes to averagely 120,000. And kindly note, it's 6% of their retail business and not the money that that manager gets to earn, because that leader, let's call her Lucy. Lucy, being a first generation manager, will earn legitimately, just like a manager could. But now the 6% comes from the productivity of Lucy and the organization she's been able to build up. When you talk of second generation manager, maybe we have Sarah there. You're earning 3% of Sarah's business. That can come up to 60,000 averagely. And then we talk of third generation manager. Maybe Sarah brings in Joe and gets to duplicate to Joe how to get to grow to manager. And Joe actually gets to grow to manager. And maybe at that time, Joe is somebody who is doing business in Mombasa while we're doing business here in Nairobi. You're able to pull 2% of the retail business that Joe does with the organization he has in Mombasa. So that is averagely 40,000. So you look at that line, just having a line of productive managers can enable you to earn averagely to 220,000. That is good amount of income. So you can imagine if you have multiple lines, pesa utaweza kukula vizuri kabisa. Yes, so just a disclaimer, of course, it takes a lot of effort to build up, of course, a manager line, but once it's established, yani ni residual income, ni pesa yenye itakuja, upende usipende inapata kuingia, because the company acknowledges that you've been able to put in a lot of work to help somebody get to grow to the level that they are at. And then you can get to change your life. Besides the income, Forever offers additional opportunities to increase your income, to earn global travels and bonuses down the road. And one of the incentives we have is called the Forever to Drive Kaplan incentive. This is an earned incentive that you can start qualifying for even before you get to go to manager. And by getting to qualify for this incentive, you have an amount of money you're given for a period of time to save up to the car that you want to buy for yourself. So we have Christine Mulwa close to the black Land Cruiser V8. We have Marianne who qualified for this incentive close to the white Land Cruiser V8. We have Jacinta Mwikali, close to her white CRV Honda. We have Rhoda Mwangi, we call her Miss Audi, close to her, of course, Audi. So what I'd recommend, especially for you as a guest, if you'd want to hear their story on how they got to grow in the business, get to attend our Wednesday session. Of course, not this coming Wednesday, possibly the other one, so that you can be able to now meet people who've been able to qualify for these incentives live and get to hear their story. And we have many other people who've been able to qualify for that incentive. I've not been able to compile everyone, but you have many other people who've been able to qualify for that incentive. Then there's the travel bit. If you love traveling, if you really love traveling, kindly drop a 1 on the chat box. This is a company that will honestly allow you to stamp, to get your passport tattooed. So if you're a guest na labda haujajipanga na passport, manze, jipange na passport as soon as possible, because we are having one of our upcoming trips in less than a month, by the way, but that is not under the Global Rally or Eagle Manager. We usually have local trips that get to happen. Each year, annually, we have the rallies that happen across East Africa. And the one that we'll be having in Dar es Salaam is a grand visit. We'll be having our president and some of the executive committee come. And it will be really exciting. So kama ni passport, kuwa nayo, other requirements, put your money aside, because we are definitely going to experience a blast huko. So going back to the Global Rally and Eagle Manager, this is an incentive that you can qualify for. Now, when you qualify for this, you have the trip fully paid for you, and you can have an extra ticket to bring whoever you'd want to this amazing travel. Yeah. And in some of these travels, some of the distributors who've qualified for what we call chairman's bonus, they're awarded their checks in those events, destination events. So some of the travels we've had in 2019, there was Stockholm, and then there was Dallas that got to happen. And then 2020 COVID happened, so Australia and Bahamas didn't happen. But the beauty of this company is that for those who got to qualify for this travel, they were compensated. Ile pesa wangepewa kule kwa ground walitumiwa in their bank accounts, yeah, which is really, really exciting, right? Yes, and tangu sasa COVID iishe, travel zimekuwa, there has been Bali, which happened. India also got to happen recently. Paris happened. We're looking forward to going to Dubai a second time. Personally, for my travel experiences, they have not been in relation to the Eagle Manager, but because the company allows you to get to travel to different places, you get to interact with distributors all across the globe. So like this Dubai travel, it was an African convention that we were having there, interacting with top leaders, getting to learn a lot, as well as traveling to different places. This is just a continuation of Dubai. I'm sure tuko wengi sana wenye tunaenda Dubai for the global rally. If you're going to Dubai, kindly drop the word Dubai pale kwa chat box. It's going to be absolutely exciting to be, of course, part of that travel and get to see the bigger picture of the business. So if you can be able to go for any travel that we have, not only at your global, at a easy local, when they wanted the bigger picture of the business, just go for it, kabisa kabisa, because honestly, travels make a big difference here. Besides the fun and all, you get to interact with people who are, yani, they challenge you, and you come back and you do business like no one's business. Yeah. Then we had Zanzibar. This was an East African rally that happened, I think 2-3 years ago hivi. Of course, getting to interact with the East African business community. It was really, really exciting, a combination of memories kutoka huko Zanzibar, still a continuation of that. Diani, sometimes you can have trips that you organize amongst your team members or maybe a circle of leaders, and you get to go with your team and have a blast, yeah, and blow off steam and also celebrate success. Then recently we had a Kigali part 2. Earlier this year we went to the East African success rally, and it happened in Kigali. And it was really exciting. Of course, interacting with leaders from all across East Africa is usually always exciting. Yeah. And then this was, I think, an year or two before. We had gone to meet one of the top pins, Honami, who really shared her inspiring story and, got a lot of nuggets on how to build business. And the beauty is that we are having Dar es Salaam for the second time in less than a month now to go and meet the president. So it will be really, really exciting. And then February, we had managers convention in South Africa. So some of the managers from Forever Kenya managed to go and got to tap into the massive value that was shared kwa ground. And then, of course, some of us got to extend to Cape Town to just get to explore and have fun, because as long as you've done business well, make profits and bonuses, you can save up for such amazing experiences. Yeah. Yes, still a continuation of Cape Town. Yes, so now to move on to chairman's bonus. This is also another income stream that you can get to tap into. Now with chairman's bonus, it's a 13th check. The company has invested in resorts, which generate revenue for the company, yeah? So the revenue part of it is distributed to top leaders who've been able to qualify for this amazing incentive. And we've had some of the leaders who've gotten to qualify for the chairman's bonus incentive. We have Jacqueline Mombi, who's a senior manager in the business. She brought home close to $500,000. Yeah. Same with Rhoda Mwangi, a senior manager in the business. Christine Mulwa brought back close to $1 million. Yeah. Also senior manager in the business. We have Jacinta Mwikali. She brought back over $1 million. $1 million. Money 1 million Kenyan shillings. Yes, it was really, really exciting. Then we have Marian Mulwa, 2 million Kenyan shillings. And then, of course, the top check, Josephine Mwendekeli from Forever Kenya. So for the guests who are here, if you'd wish to know how to qualify for this bonus, of course, the planning session will help to educate you on how to get to qualify for this. So as I finish off, possibly you may be asking yourself whether it will work for you. If you take it seriously, in bold, underline, nini bold, italic, underline, you need to take it seriously, because with this business, if you take it seriously, it will pay you seriously. If you take it as a hobby, vivyo hivyo, it will pay you as a hobby. So in any new venture, time and effort are required. If you've not had experience in entrepreneurship ama in network marketing, you need to give yourself the time and the time. You need to put in the time and the energy to learn the skills to be valuable in the marketplace. And the beauty is that these trainings are free. So you be coachable and attend all relevant trainings. There's some trainings that happen online, some happen offline. Then commit the time required to become successful. You can build the business either part-time or full-time. Either way, that time that you have available, commit it fully to build your business successfully. Then if you're self-motivated and willing to work closely with the person who introduced you to the business, that is a plus, because they'll get to guide you through on what you can do to succeed in your business. Then be willing to think big, dream big, and set goals for yourself and your family, because at the end of the day, you're joining because of yourself and your goals. Yeah. I usually say that in this business, your goals are your boss. Yeah. Not the person who's shown you the business, not at all. It's your goals that will dictate how much you show up for the business to get to take those goals. Then commit to the activities you need to do on a daily basis, having regular customers, building your team, and developing 5 key people. Also be prepared to tell everyone around you what you're doing. Yeah, because you can find that by sharing the opportunity with the people around you, you can build a team of clients who use the products, or you can even have a team of prospects who build business alongside you. And then having a great attitude, very, very important. Yeah. So as a guest, there's where you feel you are currently, and there's where you want to be. Possibly with what I've shared, you've been able to see how this plan can enable you to achieve the goals and dreams that you have. What I'd want to encourage you is just take that leap of faith, make that jump so that you can get started building the life of your dreams. You don't have to necessarily worry about a lot of things, how you'll get customers, how you'll talk to people. You don't have to worry about that. There's systems in place. Once you're open-minded and you plug into the system, all that knowledge will come with time. Yeah. So what's next? Whether you want better health, a better lifestyle, Forever Living Products has both the products and the opportunity. So I'd wish to thank everyone for taking time to join in till the very end. If you're a guest, possibly you may feel that you fit under these 3 categories. Type C. Type C could mean that possibly for you, you feel it's not the right time in regards to the business or the products, but you may know of somebody who can benefit from this plan. You can get back to the person who's invited you for this and share with them if you're type C, or possibly you're type B. Type B basically means that for you, you're interested in mostly being a consumer of the products. Still get back to the person who invited you for this and share. Or it could be that you're type A, and I'd wish to congratulate you in advance if you're a type A, because that means you're interested in building the business as well as using the products. So welcome on board. Of course, your upline will hold your hand to coach you through on what is necessary to help you to build the business successfully. So with that, thank you so much. I think I can take it back to Mr. Emmanuel to get to close. Yes, so maybe I can, let me just mute. Yes, Emmanuel.